Hi everyone, welcome back to Rocket Guys. Today I'm going to tell you about how the Rocket League market is recovering, which is bringing some increases in multiple different items. Before we get started, if you're ever looking for some discounted Rocket League items and credits for much cheaper than the item shop, head over to RL Exchange. They offer the most reliable place to buy loads of different tradable items like Phoenix, White Dracos and even Alpha Caps. They can deliver items to any platform and you can pay with loads of different payment methods. And with a 5-star Trustpilot rating, they are sure to have any items you could want. Check out RL Exchange from the link in the description and use code GUYS at checkout to get 3% off every purchase. We always mention the white painted items on this channel, but the first items I've found for today are the black variants of some wheels and even cars that have been rising recently. The Black Imperator has increased on PC and PlayStation, which is pretty unheard of since these black cars rarely change in value. The Black Jaeger is another one which has risen, and that is on PC. It did recently drop on Xbox, but it seems to have gained some of that value back again. The Black Tunica a couple days ago increased in price by 800 credits, which is another thing that's quite rare. And to follow that, the Black Velos have also risen by a decent amount and have been holding their value nicely on the other platforms too. The fan favourite Black Wheels, which is of course the DCs, rose slightly on Xbox and PlayStation last week and have held that value, which is great to see. Something I want to mention really quickly is that we've just started up a Rocket Guys Clips channel where we'll be posting the best trading tips we've shared with you guys and also any other random clips we find. So if you do enjoy our videos, consider checking out that channel from the link in the description. The best investment that I have come across right now is the White Interstellar. If you have a look at the graph of this item on PC, you can see it's been increasing a lot recently. This could hint that an increase may be coming to the other platforms soon. If I was any of you on PlayStation or Xbox, I would try buying a White Interstellar for 100 credits-ish under minimum price and hold on to it for a few days or so. This will give the item a little bit of time to rise if it is going to rise, and if it doesn't increase then you can still go on to sell it for mid-price and still make profit from that item. If any of you guys are cross-platform traders, I'm sure you found that it's really easy to make profit going from PC over to either PlayStation or Xbox, but coming back from your console to PC is where it's tricky. Well, the White Interstellar is up to 3k on PC but around 2k on the other platforms. And I know some of you are thinking that the White Interstellar isn't cross-platform tradable, and you would be right. But the White Interstellar blueprint is cross-platform tradable, meaning you can buy the blueprint on your console for so cheap, and then either go to PC and sell the blueprint on its own, or craft the blueprint on PC and sell the actual item. As you can see here, the blueprint is actually worth something on PC, but isn't worth anything on the other platforms, so I would recommend you try this one out. If you're a cross-platform trader and want an updated video all about that, let me know in the comment section and I will look into making a full guide on that specific trading method. Maybe the 3 most popular items in the game at the moment, the White Octane, White Fennec and White Zombies, are all doing really well on the spreadsheet at the moment. As you can see, the White Fennec has had some really nice increases on PC and Xbox, the White Octane has increased in some way over the past 2 weeks on every platform, and the White Zombies are looking very solid on both PlayStation and Xbox, and don't really show any sign of dropping for now. However, I have always had a strategy when I've made investments, and that is to sell items sooner rather than later. This means if you buy an item and it starts rising, you are better off selling it as it's increasing rather than waiting and end up selling it when it starts dropping again. If you have an item worth 5,000 credits for example, and it starts rising, that's pretty decent. Now imagine it reaches 6k and it's still rising comfortably. That is the point where I will sell the item because I feel I've made a good amount of profit at that point. Also, because the item is still rising, you are much more likely to get yourself a nice deal and get an offer worth maybe 6,500 or something like that, purely because people want to own any item that is rising. If you got greedy and decided to hold on to the item for longer, you risk it starting to drop in price. Once it starts dropping, no one will pay anywhere near the price you want and it can get very stressful. Most of the time this strategy pays off and I get a good amount of credits profit from my investments, and that's because items don't tend to rise too much. As great as the White Octane and White Fennec and White Zombie seem, they will never keep rising forever. Also, we still may get the White Octane in the shop this month, so I would use this strategy of selling items sooner rather than later, because there could be a market crash on its way. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, consider subscribing with notifications on, and if you want to support us, use code RLTPrices in the item shop for a breakfast wrap from college.